actually from diaspora. So I was born in the UK, and I went over to serve and actually worked for the National Planning Commission, one of the government agencies, and I worked in the International Cooperation Department, and I got to interact a lot with like Dividend and JICA, and one of their frustrations were the fact that if they tried to go through the government body, nothing was done. So we would discover that they would quite often circumvent the government and go directly to the source to try to help and bring social impact. And they discovered that by doing so, they were able to make more of a social impact if they actually circumvented the parasitical. So my first question is, do you think that if we have to wait on the government in order to see social impact, and can there be social impact without the inclusion or the focal point being the government? My second question is, so I am Pan-African diaspora, and so I went to Nigeria for the first time when I was about 16, and there's a whole cohort of young Africans who aren't really connect with their African roots, and they're highly skilled, and they can play a part, I think, in this shifting of culture. So off the back of Kemi's comment from Awando, I don't really believe that you can change a culture. I think you can provide an alternative culture and try to entice people to move over to that. So my question is, do you think that the diaspora can play a part in the shift of culture? And if so, how can you help to build those bridges to make it easier for that transition for them to go over?
Yes, I'll say yes to both questions. For question one, the late Emir of Kano was a very influential man. And what he did was to tell the communities that if you take your girl's child out of school, then you have to answer to me. Because he was a very feared and respected ruler, the community ensured that their girls remained in school. So he partnered with a lot of government and non-governmental organizations to ensure that girls went to school. So if this can be replicated in all the communities, then I think we'll make a headway. For the second question, there's forums and international organizations. We go into some communities and they say, if you give us a hospital, we'll take our children to school. So even though it sounds a bit, excuse me, nonsensical, it does make a lot of sense. Because here they are saying, if you give us an incentive, we'll take our girls to school. And then for Kemi, I think really if you look around northern Nigeria, especially before the insurgents, I think there's a shift in culture. Because I will refer once more to the Fisher Ibrahim Madapo's father, and I asked him this question. I said, why did you take your girl to school? And he said, you know me, I'm a nomad. I have like 1,000 herds of cattle. The cattle are my life. Now I spend a lot of money to chase my cattle up and down the length of Nigeria, and sometimes they fall to diseases. But I have a daughter who knows the right medicine to buy for my cattle. I'm saving money. Thank you.